Hi, welcome back to another album review. This is Danny's Brown. You know what I'm saying? This is the third studio album from the unique Danny Brown. Danny is a rapper from Detroit, and in my opinion, he's way more advanced than the rest of the rappers in the hip hop scene at the moment. His career was rocketed when he turned 30, releasing his mixtape of the same title, as he was and still is one weird and unorthodox rapper. Still though, these characteristics are what elevated him in the end and what people loved from him. The narcotic and over-the-top lyrics, the party anthems were at the same time were a cry for help, and all that represented it in a form of a help, something no one has done at this point. Also, the style of Danny is probably another reason why people liked him. His dressing code, his hair, the legendary gap in his teeth, all I believe contribute to his recognition. And the reason I bring this now is because it seems that Danny, after the first half of the decade, decided to refresh himself to the point of fixing that legendary gap. It's like seeing the transformation of one party animal into that cool uncle you get at the family dinners where your mom tells you not to speak to him because he is a bad influence, but everybody loves. I think we all have that uncle in our families. So what can I expect from this new album from Danny, especially after hearing the amazing, dark and twisted Atrocity exhibition back in 2016. Danny's performances, the production and the lyrics are extreme, dangerous and dark. You fall into a downward spiral exactly like the title of the first track. That's why I don't expect another album like this one nor to surpass it. I mean, you have to be in a very dark period to release an album like this, and Danny doesn't seem to be in that place anymore. With this album, Danny seems to simplify things. It's his shortest project to date, 11 tracks, just 34 minutes long. Also, it doesn't seem to appear that there is a theme on this album, unlike his previous. It's more of a collection of tracks, a very good collection, I might add. The production of the album isn't rough and bombastic, you don't get tracks like Ain't It Funny, but they are unique in their own right. Q-Tip from Tribe Called Quest is the executive producer of this album, and it reminds me more of an upgraded version of old school hip hop principles, if that makes any sense. So, if not having a concept, what's my metric of deciding if this album is good or not? Maybe, maybe we will go by the songs individually and how good they are, or how boring they get before they finish. And I don't think that's the case with this album, even if it has some weak spots. Mostly the monotone title track where Danny provides one advice or remark finishing every sentence with, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Not only it becomes tiring really fast, but the delivery throws me off as well. Another weak spot is a song called Belly of the Beast, mostly because of the production, where it doesn't help Danny nor his guest, which name I will not try to pronounce, and he was the highlight of this track as well as the previous one, as he had a more refreshing, smoky, kind of harsh vocals to both of the tracks. And Danny here has his most funny lines, but it's the same that the foundation is so weak. Besides that, the rest of the album is either good or great. The intro change up a bit for a start of an album is a bit underwhelming. I like the atmospheric production it has with these few strings straight off a western film. I also like the sentiment of the song of looking forward and accepting the change, but not compromising your art or yourself. The theme song is another one I like. Dan is like flexing his vet stats a bit, telling the young rappers that he has done more to this game than they and should know their place and respect him. It's weird that he does something like this. I mean, I wouldn't expect Danny to rap about stuff like this, but considering what he's been through and his rise to the top, I think he deserves to talk a bit of a smack to the youngins. Dirty Laundry did need a few listens before I could get used to the way Daniel raps over these squeaky synths. I like the track mostly for its concept. I think actually this is the only song that is concept type on the album, as Danny writes about dirty secrets, his past, putting in references of laundry, dirt, soap, cleaning, and all of this ended up in a laundry store as the song ends. Danny, of course, wouldn't leave us without any bangers. The song Three Tears is raw and in your face with production from JPEG Mafia and features from Run the Jewels. Total banger. Hey yo, RTJ, where the album at though? I need the album. Come on, give it to me. I need it. Also, there is the song Savage Nomad. In my honest opinion, the most hard-hitting track with these drums and sparkling guitar strings and generally a lo-fi aesthetic to it. It's a mix of violence and flashiness with a lot of quotable lyrics. One particular line that I giggled a bit, might sniff on the weekend and sip on some EXO. You know me, you know my EXO references. Big up the weekend though, big up the weekend. The song Best Life is where we see Danny being hopeful on top of a soulful production, a nice fresh breath of air for him as he didn't have those kind of tracks in his discography in the past, but I appreciate this evolution and denying to stay in the box. One more track with incredible production is Negro Spiritual with Flying Lotus and Thundercat doing a great job handling the production. The drums are complex, constantly evolving. The bass of Thundercat is intense, all over the place, giving bass for Danny to rap his ass off. It's one of those tracks that when I hear it, I am like, how the hell can he rap over this? And then he just does, and I'm like, huh? What? How? He is truly one of a kind. We also have JPEG Mafia on the hook where he killed it with his roughed up voice. It's just a shame though he didn't lay a verse on it. Come on, man. Come on. It's the same thing with Freddy's Palmerville where Killer Mike handled the chorus perfectly, but he didn't lay a verse. I mean, why can't we have nice things? I'm just asking. I'm just asking peacefully. Why can't we? The track after that, where it's accompanied by Blood Orange, is another highlight for me as Danny basking his success, but at the same time, feels weak and paranoid that everything could be lost at any moment. He still wants to move forward, leaving behind his previous life, but those dark thoughts still linger in the back of his mind. At the end of the album, we have the song Comeback, where it reminds me a bit of a Tribe Called Quest, and it's no surprise, as like I said, Q-Tip is the executive producer of the album. He also had some vocals in it and Consequence as well. Danny is more laid back on this. He sounds truly like a vet. He is smart, skilled, expressive, and lyrical, talking about issues of violence and survival. All in all, this is a great album, and the most important is another chapter in the growth of Dan. His appearance, the change of that eccentric character seems clear from the very clean and steady production on this album, from the tone being more mild compared to anything else he has released up until now. And I must say, I'm very, very impressed. That's what I love from him. He doesn't compromise, he doesn't rest, and he constantly improves without damaging his art or his character. So this is it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you liked it. Please leave a comment down below your thoughts about this album. Did you like it or did you not? Please hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications as well. And until the next review, stay safe. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.